I know how to do it. If you
Uh,
want to just buy the shingles and get a nail gun or a couple of nail guns.
right.
You're too old to do fucking roofing, man.
Yeah.
That's a young
Yeah.
man's thing, man. It's like I'm too old to do it, man. It's just fucking nuts with that.
Hey, Mike.
Dave, how you doing, bud?
Pretty good, buddy. Pretty good.
What's new? Anything good?
I finished that Frankenstein in Baghdad.
Oh yeah.
That was great. That was pretty good. The guy's like our age, but he grew up in Baghdad. So,
Yeah.
and he'd get along with us. He's pretty cool.
He remembered Baghdad before we fucked it up.
Well, he just said he lived there, so he'd know the people. He knew how it was. He knows that.
Right,
He knows
yeah.
that place like we know Gloucester and.
I mean, if he was
Providence.
our age, he remembers like what it was like.
Everton,
Yeah.
like Everton,
Yeah.
'03, all that. That's when it takes place. Like when
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we
W
fucked it
small.
up.
Everybody's worried about. They're just people. They're just worried about blowing up and shit. You know.
Yeah.
Just they got jobs. They got to go grocery shopping, even though they don't wanna. You know.
Yeah. Before that war, Baghdad like was a pretty cool place.
Oh yeah.
To live. You know, like people were pretty cool, like their lifestyle and all.
He's got this. Like
They were like modern.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just destroyed it. So,
Yeah.
there was because there was they had like it was like Vietnam for them was the Iraq-Iran war.
Right.
And there's this woman. She's kind of one of the women. She's waiting for her son Daniel to come back. He played guitar, and he didn't want to go to war. And there was a Baptist barber down the street that knew who he was, and he basically dragged him off to Saddam's war. He never came back. And
Yeah. People just like us.
yeah, it's just like that. Everybody's just like us. We're all humans, you know. There's
That's
a
right.
couple of assholes running shit, but the rest of us are down here sucking on it, you know.
Those people in Palestine, you know,
Oh yeah,
they're
yeah.
just like us.
Exactly. Yeah, it's only they got apartment buildings that are rubbled now.
Yeah.
I can't suck enough, man.
Sucks. The whole thing sucks.
It does suck, man.
Those people, the people that Hamas took and killed, they were at a fucking concert, man.
Well, that's
You
what
know-
got everybody all pissed. There's like, fuck you, motherfucker. But it's not everybody. I'm sure there's a lot of people going.
Not
"Oh, man,
everybody.
what the
It's
fuck?
not the whole people that everybody who's suffering.
Yeah, had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I was just I was painting a house. That ain't nothing to do with this shit.
Right.
Yeah. And they blew the house up I was working on.
Most of those people like just wanted to be at peace with. They were tired of the whole shit. You know, they just wanted peace. You know,
Everybody's like
and
that.
some fucking assholes who consider themselves in charge go and do something stupid.
Yeah.
Now everybody pays for it.
Well,
you
it's
know?
all greedy fuckers. It's all about money, you know.
Yeah.
Those guys, you know,
Those guys.
fucking everywhere. Always,
We have those guys too.
So we got them. Oh boy, do we have them.
But there's more of us.
There is, but we don't get
Thank
up as
God for
early,
that.
and we don't work as late. You know what I mean? It's like they're relentless. You know, while I'm napping, they're still fucking coming at me with their little, their greedy little fingers.
Well, the good people are not relentless like that. Good people don't want to have anything to do with it.
No, until they've had enough, and then they,
Like I never forget that Vonnegut book. You know, about anybody who runs for office is automatically suspect. You know, anybody who would want office should remember Sirens of Titan.
Oh yeah.
Anybody who wanted to hold office was automatically disqualified.
That was beautiful. I love that book. He predicted some shit like everybody had to be equal. So like everybody like if you were really healthy and athletic, you had to wear like weights so you'd be as slow as the slowest guy. You know, it's just Jesus Christ, that was fucking
Yeah.
so good.
I know he was good at poking fun at everybody.
Remember, they had that one like regimental thing that everybody was he had like he was doing the drum like rented a tent, rented a tent, rented a tent, a tent, a tent, right? Renting a tent, rented a tent. So I drummed that, rented a tent. It works, right? Rented a tent, a tent, a tent, instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Just buy the fucking thing.
Yeah, Vonnegut's awesome. Yeah. There's been a bunch I've read more than once. Slaughterhouse 5, I think, like probably 7, 8 times. I read it when I was in Italy. That's the last time I read it. I read it down by the beach because it's one of those things you can crack open and be done by, sundown. Yeah. Actually, I started off like 3 chapters in. I just picked it up. I started reading. Then I ended up going to the end, and then everybody saw me at the end of the day at the beginning. If you're reading it again, it says, no, I didn't read the beginning. I started off here, so I'm just gonna say I read every word, so I read the beginning now, which is pretty good. That's when he goes sees his friend O'Hare, and he's talking about his great World War II book that he can't write, and his wife is all pissed off. Like, obviously, she's like slamming and all this stuff and not making it very comfortable for him. And finally, he says, now you're going to make one of those war books where children are going to think it's great and they're going to go to war. He says, and it's going to be like John Wayne or Frank Sinatra will star in it, right? And he says, I promise you, Frank Sinatra and John Wayne will have no parts of this. There'll be nothing in there they'll want to play, unless you want to be Billy Pilgrim, So, yeah. I like that they picked up a book and they read about the Children's Crusade. And there was these 2 groups that it was just a scam. These children ended up being sold into slavery in Lebanon, right? That's what happened to them, right? But they left this port in France. But some of them went to this place in Genoa, right? And when they got there, and the people in Genoa who heard what the hell these kids were about to do, they got some money and a lot of advice and sent home. So hooray for Genoa, Yeah, it's something. The title was something in the madness of crowds. That was the name of his really old book, and they were looking through that for a title or whatever. Oh, they looked up the Children's Crusade because they didn't know either. So what the hell was that anyway? Right? And they looked it up. They found out that story. Yeah, I love that book. Billy Pilgrim became unstuck in time. What the fuck?
Yeah, imagine that.
Do you know when he talks about I've done this. I related to it almost right away. He says, I have this disease. I called my old army buddies in the middle of the night drunk. I did the same thing, right? And they'd always answer, and they'd usually be up too, and sometimes drunk also, That was a disease. But in the book, Billy Pilgrim gets a phone call. It was a drunk, right? It was the wrong number. It was Vonnegut. Vonnegut called Pilgrim. I mean, I caught that like the 5th time I read the book. It was just a drunk. It was a quick sentence. He smelled, and he just said wrong number, and he just hung up on him, right? But it was, Vonnegut gave him, it was a wrong number. Vonnegut was drunk, trying to find his army buddy, Throwaway sentence.
I got this new phone.
Oh.
And I can't let it charge too long, apparently.
You just top it.
So.
It's new?
Brandy new.
Oh, no. What kind is it?
It's,
Pixel?
Pixel.
Oh, I got a Pixel. Pixel.
It's wicked expensive.
Mine wasn't. This is the one below. Was it 600?
Somehow, no, 1100.
Whoa!
Somehow, somehow, because I was due for updates or whatever, it made our monthly bill go down by $5 a month, and I got a new phone. I don't know how it works.
We go for a carrier.
Verizon.
Oh, don't know anything about that. I got Mint Mobile. I bought this. This is the one just before that release. I think whatever mine is. So good. I can text you probably now.
Yes, I just got your text.
There is now. George is. See, this is what I got. I got George with a big question mark. Right? What the hell's going on there? because it's SMS. RCS is the new standard. You'll see that in yours. Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
yeah, I know you don't, but see at the bottom says RCS.
No,
See
I can't
that
read it.
RCS text.
Okay, I see it.
You have it too. Look at yours. Open up a text. That's subtle.
What does it mean?
It means it's the new. All right. These pains in the ass. Remember when Signal worked for a minute, and then it quit?
Yeah.
Well, because these
Yeah.
standards keep flying all over the place. There's a war between Samsung was making one, Google's making one, and Apple's making one. Apple finally, this new release actually takes on that way. RCS lets you share video. It's like multimedia when we send stuff back and forth, like photos and all that bullshit.
It doesn't show up on mine.
What does it say?
It doesn't say.
It's got to say something in that little empty box. SMS, MMS. Let me see it. Just that bottom window. That thing's, I can't see it because I can't. Nothing's coming in because of that background you got. Why don't you kill the background for a minute? Can you kill it? Can you kill
It
your
doesn't
background?
show anything down here.
Mike, can you kill the background?
Maybe.
If you can't, forget it.
Yeah, don't worry.
When you hold the phone up, it turns into your background. I can't see what the. What you're
Right.
holding
Yeah.
up.
Okay. Don't worry about that.
All right. So anyway, like when you're about to type, right? That's the window
Yeah.
where you start to type. It says what type of protocol you're in.
Okay.
RCS.
Oh, that's because I wasn't typing a message. I was just reading a message.
No, just go to the bottom part. The bottom part where.
Yeah. What hadn't that wasn't open?
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Okay.
It should say RCS.
No, it doesn't.
What does it say?
It says type a message.
Type a message? What the fuck? I don't know, man. See, this is why.
I don't either.
I've got Google Messenger. Maybe you don't have Google Messenger? Well,
I
no,
don't-
they call it message. What do they call the stupid thing? They don't
It's
even identify
fucking
themselves.
Stupid, whatever it is.
It is. It's stupid, and it was subtle. And like that's
Yeah.
when the group stopped working after a while. Like
Oh, I see.
you'll
Yeah.
send me something, right? And it's just that stupid arrow with the circle thing. And now George is like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with George. He's got
I don't know. I called him yesterday and I didn't get a hold of him, so I figure he might be having trouble with his phone.
Well, he sent me a text going, where's the link?
Well,
And he's got the email. Mikey, you could check his
Mikey said he's going to be late today if he shows up at all because
Okay.
he's got something going on this morning.
This is George. I should call him and I can give him the link over the telephone. I could call him on the landline. I got that one. I got that dial thing fucking going. All right, George, man. See, this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
He sent me something. Don't know what because of this protocol.
One time, we had to text about. He texted me something. I had to text him back, right? And it was like Wednesday. I texted him, and no, he texted me. That's right. And I never got his text, right? So I saw him. It was Saturday morning. We were going to the store or something. Going to the liquor store. Was doing a Saturday morning thing. And he goes, well, I texted you on Wednesday. I texted you, but I said, George, I never got your text. And all of a sudden, my phone made a noise while I was with him.
Yeah.
And it was his text.
Yeah.
It was fucking came on Saturday.
Yeah. There's an app. There's a couple we could do. Like I don't know if anybody wants to. If everybody got Signal, which I have, or we could do a group in that. I mean, that's how people like. Oh, WhatsApp. Everybody in Europe does that because WhatsApp fucking works, and these other protocols can bounce back and forth all they want. Don't fucking matter. Don't care. Because Apple has their own. They have iMessage, right? And they don't play nice with fucking anybody. It's like everybody with an Apple can text each other, but fuck the rest of the world, you know?
Yeah, right.
And actually, they've taken this RCS thing on, and like the next update, the next iOS update is going to have this. They finally broke. Well, all right, fuck it. I guess Apple's playing along with this new. And it's not open source, but it's encrypted, and you just got to trust Google that they're not going to look at everything, which is what they're going to do. Because they won't open the code up, so nobody can take a look at it and see how they're just going to scrape everything. That's all. You just accept it. I mean, they give you this shit for free, and it's pretty great shit. They even got like AI and whatnot. You don't want it. you know. Just like antitrust. What the fuck are you talking about? Nobody said you got to Google it. There's go somewhere else. Where's the government got to just hammer this thing? I don't think they shouldn't even bother with Google. They did it at Microsoft. Microsoft's been a lump of shit since. They broke them up. And the phone company too. The phone company sucked, but they broke themselves up before they were ordered to. And now look at them. Fucking AT&T came back in a big way. I said, how are these guys still fucking with me? I said, they did go away for a while. They did. They're a phoenix, man. Hey, do me a favor. Forward your text to George. Somehow I've sent it to him like 40 times, and I'm getting a big nut in here. I'm getting nowhere. See?
All right, how do I do that?
Copy the link.
I'm trying. Hold on.
Oh, I sent you an email too. I don't know if you guys check your email. That has the link on it too.
No, that's not doing it. How do I forward the message? How do I forward a message?
I don't think you
never had to do this before.
I know how.
Yeah, let Laura do it. Hi, Laura.
She forwards messages every day.
Unless your phone is insane.
We're gonna know everything.
Can you forward that to George's cell phone? George Morgan's going to show up with two numbers. One's a cell phone and one's his house phone.
It's just the phone, the number that you text them. Anyway, this sucks.
Oh no!
What?
I gave my wife my cell phone.
Oh no!
You're not supposed to do that.
What was that one?
George, did you have it set up on George's number?
No.
Oh, because I hit forward, but.
Then you got to find George.
Oh.
Find who to forward it to.
Okay. George.
Oh, you know what? Sometimes if you reboot your phone, all your messages kind of like something's been going on that stopped everything, right? All of a sudden you get all this.
Oh yeah, my new phone only has my year-old messages. It doesn't have any of my new messages on it.
Oh, you didn't back up.
I did. I had the guy do it for me.
Ah, the guy fucked it up.
In the future, I'll show you how.
And I had to keep doing it at home, and you know, it paired and everything was going. It said it was done. Said everything was good, and then all my messages are like from a year ago.
Yeah, that's when the last backup was in the cloud. The last cloud backup. And he should have done that, but he probably didn't know.
Oh, then I had to re-get into Spotify, and then I got this calculator on my old phone, and instead of giving me the old account, which is a one-time pay, I bought it. At the time, you paid once, right?
Yeah. And
now, if I want it, I have to rent it for $40 a year.
Try and download it to Google Play under your Google account, because if you bought it, it's still there.
I did.
Yeah, they're always.
I
did, but I got to prove somehow that I bought it, like with the sales receipt or something.
Oh, or
because now it's a rent. They want to make it hard for you because they want to make you just say, "Oh fuck it, let me rent the thing for $40 a year."
I know Adobe's doing that. Adobe started that, I think. Adobe sucks.
And I feel like fuck you, but I can't find another construction calculator that works the same way.
Oh yeah.
But fortunately, my old phone, it's still working on my old phone because I bought it. So now my old phone is a calculator.
Well, leave it. Next time I'll look at it. I know because I've got apps I bought, and I can.
Because I don't want to rent the thing. I bought it. I paid once when it was for sale. I fucking bought this thing.
Mike, somewhere in there, you still own it. It's just that you don't know where you bought it and where it's stored. It's just that's all. It still exists. You bought the thing.
I bought it on my phone.
Yeah, you bought it on your phone, but that's all done in the cloud through Google Play. That's part of your login. That doesn't matter. I do this all the time. I do this all the fucking time. You know, no let up. You know, I'm always fucking around, taking shit apart. You know, pulling things out. Just I don't need this thing. This is why. You know? I just did a Google Chrome. I got a Chrome. All these Chromebooks the kids had are useless now because. They got the old operating system and they won't upgrade. So it's dangerous as hell to go online with. So I nuked it and I put Linux Mint on it. And so now it's like Now it's fine. But it's a dog. It was like $30. And I just wanted to see if I could do it, and I did. But the keyboards are all fucked up. They're like Chromebook keyboards, you know? So, anyway.
Wait, that one you gave me is like really solid, you know? The keys are all nice, you know? They feel like all high tech.
Yeah.
Compared to this brand new computer I got, the keys are all kind of loose and wiggly and fucking like cheap.
Loose and
like
wiggly.
A toy.
Yeah. I think I got a title. God damn it. Fucking George, man. What, did he give up on us?
Well.
I know he
It's
wants
just
to.
a Thomas Dave, and I'm kind of boring, so we're not going to be able to monetize this episode.
I just want to get baked and not doing more technical shit. I don't know if I got.
Well, shit. What are you waiting for?
Yes, it's bake time. It's all right. Sorry, George. I'm restarting. I'm trying to restart my phone. Maybe
can you
things
see
will
that?
work out.
Dave, can you see that?
Oh, good God! Look at that shit. Now you can see the little hairs from here. Nice.
31%.
Yeah, I have liquid.
I have one of those too. That's in my truck. I got a sativa one because
this is, yeah.
When I'm driving home from Boston or whatever, I start getting sleepy, like I'm gonna fall asleep. And sometimes there's no getting that. Like you either have to.
That's like the one time you can sleep, right, while you're driving.
You're
like a child. You have to have somebody drive you around.
If you have to, like, you kind of have to let the chemicals do their thing. Like pull over, even if it's for just a few minutes or even seconds. As long as you let it pass you out,
yeah,
then it'll clear up. But if you can't, you're in traffic. If you take a few hits of the sativa, you're wide awake.
Oh yeah.
It just changes the chemistry. Now you're wide awake, and you're not even that high. It's like,
dude, I do this every night, right? I'm like
safer,
7 in the morning. I'm going,
driving drowsy.
Yeah, you get all these. Your mind starts running, right? You know, like you start writing books and painting pictures and shit.
Who would have thought, Dave? We'd be getting high online together.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Remember the first time?
Oh, yeah, I do. Under the bridge. Under the bridge. Perfect. That fucking nasty-ass mattress. We're sitting on that. Ooh, the things that mattress had seen.
I don't want to think about it.
Ah, fuck it. I was wearing pants. What the fuck? That city was great. I mean, there was like post-apocalyptic, like Omega Man.
Oh, yeah.
We had the whole thing to ourselves. It was like 8 at night. And
Providence in the 70s was a gritty, dirty place.
oh, my God, yeah. Oof.
I love that underneath the train tracks there.
Yeah, that one light bulb. Remember that shit? Way down in this big empty chasm. What the fuck? We're under Providence now. What did we find?
That was great.
That's what we were looking for, though. We just found it.
Yeah.
We were searching the city all day for this. Yeah. No, we found it. Did we forget where that was? I don't think we ever.
No, it was under the train station.
I know, but
under the track. How you got under the tracks at the train station?
But that was like a door that wasn't locked or should have been locked or something. Because I remember, like, I know if we ever went over there again, we would have gone straight to that spot. You know. I only remember seeing it once though.
Yeah, no, that was under the tracks. That's how you got underneath to go to the other side.
Yeah.
There's like more than one track,
Yeah.
It was all wood. That's what made it really cool. It was like, nowadays that would be all glass and tile and, all fancy and shit.
It's still there. It's just sealed off. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I bet it still is.
Well, the homeless starting to get down there still. Hey, there's George. I like this shit.
Did you ever see that? There's a documentary about people who live underground in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen that one? Hey, George.
Give me back my summer.
Nah.
Put it back where it belongs.
I like this.
It's autumn now, bud.
I like fall.
Can't do
Oh,
nothing
it's
about
summer.
it.
Oh, you know, George.
The sunset tonight will set over that marker in the backyard, and it will be autumn.
Is equinox today?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, Saturn did its
equinox. I have an equinox marker in the woods behind my house. It's been there for hundreds of years.
Oh yeah, you took. Yeah. I remember that. I made one with a magic marker on two things out in the back of where I work. It's like point. Like there's a. It's like I don't know. It's got like It's a place where you swipe your badge. Right?
Okay.
And so that's there, and then there's like a tree over there, and I lined it up, and I put like a marks a lot. It's just a line, right? It could be anything, right?
Yeah.
But that's my it's my solstice line.
There's a spot in Jed's shop that we made. There was a beam of light that would shine through when the sun would come up on this solstice morning.
Nice.
And we marked it, and you could see like every day it got closer.
That works. You could do that. Drill a hole in the bond, right, where the sun.
Yeah.
In the south. Sure. Oh, that's a good idea.
I've got a couple of stakes out in my yard here that mark off the sunset of the winter solstice.
My grandfather had a sundial. That was pretty cool. You could make a sundial
Sundials
like
are
thing too. You could actually do that. That was fucking wild. And you had to like set it once in a while. Like the time would be off, but you could just move it.
Yeah.
And because after a while it just wouldn't be accurate. Or it'd be accurate like one day a year, like spot on. You know what I mean? And then it was slowly, I guess. I don't know. All I know is like you just check the time and then you lined it up when the sun was out, right? And it was good for a while.
No need for that tech anymore, Dave.
No, there's a big need for it because I
We
think
can
we're
look at
going
the
back
time
to it.
right here.
I know that's only for a little while longer, and they explode now. So
Well, that's
a new-
fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
How
fun.
did they get that to happen?
Well, these things happen. It's just I didn't even think of it, but now it's a thing. It's a thing, and it's a thing, and now it's good. Now it's a thing, man.
Wasn't it
We ain't been hearing
weaponized
about
though?
this.
I thought it was weaponized.
Yeah, they
thought-
were. Yeah, yes,
How
they
did they do it?
implanted the explosive
They
because they knew they were going to make a purchase. Intercepted the company. They
supply
got
chain.
involved, putting it in place.
Wow.
They ordered it.
So they can't do that to my phone, is what you're saying?
No, unless they start
No,
using
unless
your
they
phone.
can figure out. I think there's a way that they can figure out how to get the lithium battery to explode.
Yes, there is.
Really?
There is because
Yeah.
Apple actually used it to make them not work, so you'd have to buy a new phone. That was in an update. The phone
So,
stopped holding their charges.
We're all
well.
walking around with potential weapons in our pocket. We could
Well,
just, like,
fire hazard. In that
they could
case,
just like, they could figure out like, we want to execute George. Fuck that guy. Let's make his phone explode.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
The very first time this
Oh,
happened, where computers leaped over to us and killed somebody, right, was the Stuxnet one that went to the Iranian refinery. Uranium refinery. It was the centrifuges that they had, the Cisco centrifuges. They made them speed up and slow down, and they started to vibrate, and then they'd explode. But it also made the monitors not see it on their monitors. They're monitoring these centrifuges. There's like rows and rows of them, really expensive centrifuges, And all this is happening in there, and they're not aware of it until it started blowing up. And they thought, and it was also a closed system. There's no network that coming in. So you have to like get somebody to get one of these stupid sticks in there and just like open a file in that computer. And it was so well done that the Iranians never even looked outwardly. They were looking internally like what the fuck they did wrong. And the other thing it had is they call them 0-day vulnerabilities, which are expensive to have one. This one had like 5. And also it was targeted just to that fucking place, right? And we all had it on our systems. We all had this virus, right?
Really?
Yeah, but it didn't do anything because we weren't that place with those centrifuges, and because you weren't that thing, it would go fine. It'd just sit there, but it would infect other things. It's the Stuxnet one. There's a documentary called 0-Day vulnerability. That's what it means. They exist. They're very expensive. Like if you can have one now, right? It's just a vulnerability nobody knows about, and you can do a big attack one day. You know what I mean? Then everybody
Someday they're
sees
just
it.
going to blow up your PC right on the. If they want to kill you, they could just blow up your PC.
They could make it. No, the batteries are like a fire hazard for sure, right? You could probably catch a bunch of houses on fire with it, you know, or burn
You
somebody's
could burn your
pot.
Yeah.
house down.
They
Should
don't
have said that.
explode.
It's more of a fire hazard
It's
than
a
an
fire hazard.
explosive.
They
The
catch
lithium
fire.
is very flammable.
So if you say the wrong thing online, the government can just burn your house down.
You can say the wrong thing, and the crazy guy down the street can burn your house down. Actually, you should be more worried about the people you're not even, you know, like just people, you know, just you
Yeah,
know,
like
you know what I
neighbors.
mean? It could be anybody. It's just like
Neighbors.
people are mad in the head, you know. Just hope they don't fucking come around your way. I mean, they're they're around. There's
It's true.
tons of them, but hackers and shit. Yeah, some guy in a basement. Decides
man,
you don't
that-
like us. Those are the people that are watching us, by the way. Those are the ones. They're just taking notes and they're ready to attack. It's, oh, look, I think I know where they live now. Finally, we can pounce. You know, seen your podcast. Didn't like it. You said things I didn't agree with. Now I'm coming for you.
So George, what have you been up
Yes,
to?
sir. I've been trying to file a claim about getting my roof redone, paid for by an insurance company.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah, it's kind of a long story about like if I found this contractor's valise with some job contracts, so I brought it back to the company, and they did roofs and said they'd come over and give me a free estimate. And
Nice.
tried to say that the insurance company would pay for it if you can demonstrate some storm damage. And so he went up on the roof, took some pictures, and you know, there's some storm damage, there's some shingles missing and whatnot, but I don't know if the insurance company is going to go for it. So that's what I've been up to all week.
That sucks. Oh, you have to
Well,
buy a roof,
give it a
huh?
shot.
But well, I don't. Yeah, I
I'm
have
gonna
to get
need
it
a roof.
eventually. It's the original roof of the house, and
Oof.
it's like 40 plus years old.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And so
It's
if I
time.
can get the insurance company to pay for it, that'd be great. But
That would be.
they're balking. They're balking. So I'll probably have
Yeah.
to figure out a way to finance it. You know.
You spent way more in insurance than your roof costs.
Of course.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
They make their money by not paying. I guess Allstate is famous for not paying. You know, they're very difficult to get them to pay on any claim. They're the ones that the insurance, you know, those law commercials about how you need to stand up to insurance companies. They're the ones that they're actually talking about. You know, they're the ones that, you know, they'll pay out the least and you know, stonewall you until the end. That's the kind of insurance company they are.
They just wait you out. So you're old.
Yeah, that's their job,
Yeah.
I guess.
That's right. If we piss them off enough, they're going to get sick of their leaky roof and go ahead and pay for it anyway. You know.
Well, it's got to do enough damage to the rest of the house before they'll step in and do it.
Yeah, I had
Well, there already is.
I had
I showed them
plaster
the-
melting off the wall.
I show them where it leaks. I show them the wood damage from where the roof leaks. But it may not be enough. You know, I guess if I had a missing roof, like the storm blew it off, then they'd probably consider it. But only
You might
consider it. So I don't know.
You got to put some blue tarps up there and take pictures of that.
Yeah.
They want to see it. They said the company will actually send a drone over your house to take pictures.
They do already,
cool.
and then they'll cancel your. They've been using it to cancel shit out west.
Yeah, well,
Drone-
that's what
drone
they
pictures.
do now. They send a drone over and take a look, take
Yeah.
some pictures. And,
Cancel your insurance. I get those calls at night. They're California, and my
Yeah.
company has an insurance name in it, so they're calling. They're doing cold calling. Do you insure houses? And I go, I don't. Call in the daytime. There's a lot of them now. I've never gone before. I hate that phone. I hate having anything to do with a phone. God damn it.
And now it's a weapon.
Yeah, I can blow up your head.
Not for weapons. Did you see I was watching a TED talk, and the guy was demonstrating these little um, these micro drones that you can launch from like your pocket, really.
Yeah, the
And
Army's got them.
it goes toward flies out over the audience, taking pictures of the audience, goes up to someone's face. They're using facial recognition, software, and there's like a mannequin standing there, and then the speaker stands back, and the thing explodes in the mannequin's face. And it says, yeah, this is off the shelf shit, like this. If they can do this with off the shelf shit, imagine what they have in their inventory to do with people they don't like, people they want to eliminate. It's pretty
That's the
amazing.
dream, right? Being able to assassinate people with the push of a button. That's the dream, right?
George, you could get one of those drones. Start dealing with your neighbors.
Yeah, that's all right.
No, they're nothing.
No, just write a code and make the
$300,
neighbor's
$400.
phone blow up.
They don't cost shit.
Set on fire.
They don't. They don't cost shit. I mean, like $400 or $500.
Yeah.
They don't cost shit. I seen
and
one.
then
We had a flight
you could
over
put a gun
our
on it.
solar pads. I watched the guys do it. There's a guy who's a pilot actually, and he piloted a drone over our solar panels to inspect the panels.
Right.
And we saw the International Space Station come over. These guys were serious geeks, and they're up on the roof with me. And
Nice.
Jupiter's out, yeah, the moons and shit, right there. Yeah, these guys were great. It was a great night. They had the drones. That's what they did. They were engineers. They were big fuckers.
Nice.
Yeah.
My brother got his license to do that. He went and got a license to do that. He
That's
never
cool.
did much with it. I think
This
he
guy
did one or
flew
two
up.
jobs.
He flew a plane up, and he took his drone over to the roof, and then the International Space Station came over. We got an app, We watched that. I had my binoculars. Said, well, I go get my stuff, right? Then I came back. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a
That's
great
really
night.
cool.
Yeah. Saturn's huge in the sky right now. It's as huge as it gets.
Really?
It was in opposition. Of course, the clouds rolled in right after.
Yeah.
It's not much of a show. Saturn's really tiny in a cheap telescope. I mean, you can see it, though. You can see the rings. You know they're going to disappear? Rings are going to
Yeah, I
disappear,
heard that.
Mike. It hits a certain angle where you can't see it. Like next year, you look at Saturn, it'll just be a regular old planet without rings. It'll be boring looking.
Wow.
Then it'll come back. But it's clickbait. Like, you'll see it now. Saturn's rings are going away. And like I said, I'm pretty sure they're not.
I've seen that.
All right, that's what that's about. It's true.
Yeah.
But it's just the angle when you're looking at it. It's just be like like the Thin Man. Anyway.
That's wild. I used to have a really nice picture taken by one of the probes. Maybe it was Huygens, but it was Saturn and the shadow of Saturn on its rings. So it was from the backside of Saturn.
Yeah.
You see the rings. It was a really beautiful picture. That was like my wallpaper, my desktop wallpaper for a long time. It was really beautiful picture.
I buy prints, right? I just got one, the Hubble. It was this picture of the Hubble looking out, floating over the Earth. So I gotta have that. I got like a 4x6, just a small one.
The other one I saw that looked like clickbait, so I didn't click on it, was the James Webb Telescope may have seen city lights on another planet.
Oh yeah. Mm.
And so I thought, I'm not wasting my time with that one.
I'm good.
That would be on front page news of everywhere if that were true,
Yeah. Well, I guess there's all kind of the stuff they find is fucking wild. Yeah. It's just like it's time travel.
Yeah.
Like we know how old so far we can see back.
They're starting to change their minds about that. Now.
Yeah. They can see further. There's more.
Hey,
There's
wait a
more
minute.
shit.
That galaxy's too old.
Yeah. So what happens next? It's like
It's awesome.
just good. Yeah, just keep looking. It's deeper and deeper. There's more time, more stuff. All right.
What are
We
they
need
up
a
to,
bigger
like
telescope, though.
30 billion years now? or 30 billion plus years, the age of the universe.
Could be.
To set the age back.
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, nobody knows.
Well, that's how deep we can see.
They can't land on a number yet. It's like everything's going out the window. It's awesome. Now we need a bigger telescope.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. We need a bigger, better thing. I need more stuff.
They'll see further, and they'll be like, "Oh no, it's like the universe is like 100 billion years old.
There's more stuff to see,
or older,
it's like a canoe trip, Mike. Like you never want to turn around and go back because you already saw that.
Yeah.
Right. It's dusk. Now you're at the end. You're like a swamp. But we can still move just a little bit.
Like doing a loop.
Yeah.
When you're doing a trip, you do a loop. It's better, Might be going to Maine in October on a canoe trip.
That's cool.
First week in Maine.
Fucking
First
Maine,
week of October.
First week of October, yeah. First week
October,
in Maine.
yeah, it's better.
Yeah. First week in October.
Yeah, I was just not going to say nothing. I go, December, wow. Fuck that. We used to go canoeing then. We used to break ice.
Yeah, we didn't have life jackets on. We were dumb.
Oh, yeah, we were going to die. We didn't, though.
We were lucky.
Yeah, bet your ass.
When we went out, your dog was gonna climb in the boat.
Yeah,
we kept having to stay ahead of her.
Yeah.
We swam all around that pond. It was like January.
She's like a torpedo. If she caught up, she'd kill us.
Yeah.
Literally. Because ice water.
Yeah. We wouldn't have lasted long in that water.
I've been in that once, ice water. Everything goes to your lung. Your organs just get all the blood, and your arms are useless. And your legs, too.
Yep.
Like that. Yeah.
Yep.
I dove into a fucking pond like that. So I had movement, and I hit the muddy bank, pretty much just paralyzed. Yeah, that was dumb. I was trying to beat you with the swim. Hey, I swam already, right? It was like 80, but the thing was like ice like 2 days before. You know what I mean? It was just water again. It's up in Foster somewhere. It had like this cement thing, and it was like, it wasn't very big. It was a pond. I dove off that.
So Willoughby's, right?
I don't know where I was. I was up in Foster. I know that.
Sounds like Willoughby's.
And it had muddy banks. Yeah, I came up to the muddy bank of this pond. Just kind of came out like an amphibian. What the fuck? That's it. I was saying, I'm out. You didn't know it, but I said, I'm out, Mike. I'm not going to try and beat you swimming anymore. I've never done it again. That was it. I was done with it. I was like, no. So this is going to get me killed.
I did once. When we hiked Mount Katahdin, we went in that really cold pond up there near the top of the mountain. Not Chimney Pond, but this other one. And I dove in, and it was so cold that like I just glided, and then I came up, and my arms were already starting to stiffen up.
Yeah.
And I was turning around, swimming back to shore, thinking, it's pretty much going to slow down to a stop if I don't reach.
Wow, yours is worse than mine. It's true. It's just like that cliff line. Like I thought I almost died, but you almost died where you almost died. Like yours is always worse. Like now this, I didn't have to swim.
No,
I was just like,
I didn't get stuck in the mud or nothing.
Well, I could just glide though. I was gliding, and I knew I was going to make it to the bank. Like it's all right. I'm going to
Going across,
It was a really short dive. It wasn't.
No, I had to turn around and swim back. That's the only.
No, I didn't have to do that. I just had to hit the bank with my head. Just like it was. Yeah, it was weird, and it was muddy too. It was like soft muddy. It was fine.
You ever fall through ice?
With you, that one time I got my boot on, and I kept lighting fires on the way out. So, yeah, a couple of fires. What was it, like 3 fires?
We had read that to build a fire book, man. We weren't gonna fucking walk in that.
Yeah, we were living that. Yeah, we did that day. We could have ran out, but we decided to do some Jack London shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
I
dried my socks. I dried my boots. It was great.
I'm uncomfortable. I'm gonna dry. Yeah, because you'll never get that off. It was just you just turn it to hot water, put it back on, and walk until it's time to bug you again. I don't know. You can get frostbite pretty quick and lose a toe. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
So, once it
I
starts
fell through
turning
the
to
ice once, and it was a perk test, so I had my hands on dirt on both sides, so I was able to get myself out.
Yeah, I
And
remember those.
I started walking home, and pretty soon everything was frozen like the Tin Man. Like
Oh
my
yeah,
pants,
yeah. Your pants are all stiff and shit. I know. The perk test. I guess
Yeah.
it failed because it was full of water. So maybe they should have.
Full of water, and it was all ice, and it was like a really cool thing to skate around on, that you find in the woods,
Yeah.
I think I'll do some sliding. Loop. My friend Steve almost didn't get out of Pizza King Pond.
Oh, that one?
Remember Steve? He used to go for these long walks at night, right? And he went out behind Pizza King and came back onto the pond and was crossing the pond, and he fell in.
Whoa.
It's like March, right? And it's cold at night, and he almost couldn't get out.
Yeah, that's not a
Got
shortcut
himself
I'd
out.
take. Oh no, it's been years. It's been a long time since I've trusted anything frozen around here.
Yeah.
A long time. Like we don't get that freeze
I go out-
anymore.
Walked
I go out
across
on the
Barton
pond.
Reservoir one time with Iva Bergstrom up to the islands. That was beautiful. It's a sunny day. There was snow on the ice.
Yeah, it's great, right?
Yeah.
We did Waterman's
Walked
Lake
way
a
out
lot.
there. Walked back and forth. It was great. It was just wonderful. It's like something that I'd probably never be able to do again.
Yeah, it's rare.
I don't know. But it's very rare, I guess. Not as rare as I thought it was going to be, but because it's
What is it like?
it's just
You
like
have
a
like
winter
5
thing.
days of below zero or something like that.
Well, something like that.
Yeah. I didn't get out on the pond last winter. But usually there's always a time I can get out on Killenly Pond. But sometimes we got no ice, like for a long time. Like last winter, I don't think we had enough ice to go out on it anytime.
No, not that I could see.
Remember that guy? He had that sailboat, but it had skates.
Yeah.
He was going across Waterman's Lake. That was the shit.
I always wanted to make one of them.
Yeah. I think I did try to make one, but it was dangerous. You know? I think I got some 2x4s
Oh, those
together.
things fly, man. They go
ruined
way
some
too
skates. You know, got my sailboat. I had everything. I had a plan in my head. I just don't know what I did. I know I never finished, but I don't know if I initiated anything. Maybe
You're
ruined a
distracted
skate.
by life, like everything else.
I had old skates.
Those oblos. I know, but there's always so much.
Yep, it's true. That's why every season should be twice as long, and every lifetime should be twice as long. Still wouldn't be enough time.
Yeah, you can still do that thing. You have to move further north. Yeah, it looked like
Up to Lake Winnicook.
it was a
Live in a
triangle.
trailer on the lake.
He had a skate up front of the triangle, right? And he had two
Snowshoe
skates
out to the
on the
Thornton
back end of
store.
the triangle.
Get your bologna and American cheese. Come back. Live a nice, quiet, contemplative life on a lake.
With bologna and cheese.
The deli. I like a store that the deli has 3 items, like American cheese, bologna, and maybe sliced
That's it.
ham.
You don't have to
And then-
you don't have to waste time making choices.
No.
Right. Oh yeah, the big old jar of mayonnaise.
Oh.
Wonder Bread.
Oh, God, man.
Yeah.
Hip-hop, maybe.
That used to be my diet. I've done
Canned beer in cans the size of an oil drum.
white bread,
Canned American beer, size of
beer
an
in
oil
a
drum.
can.
Specifically designed for the average Joe to grab one on the way home from work.
You ever see the silver bullet? It's like 18 ounces. Yeah.
18 ounces of beer soda.
Beer water. They're cool.
It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, they
just-
give you an extra 2 ounces, but you just still didn't get any more flavor out of it.
No. Some
I know.
alcohol,
This-
though.
It's just enough, for the ride home. That's it.
But-
And you crack into your 30 pack on the way home. When you get home. That's it, boys. I'm
Yes.
done running. I ran around so much yesterday. I'm just gonna do my oblos and I'm gonna sit in the deck and get calibrated later on.
Yeah.
That's it.
Maybe I'll
It's gonna be a
maybe I'll see
cold,
you
gray
later on.
day.
George,
Well,
I know
you're
you
always
can
welcome.
do this. George,
What?
George, you can drive a stick with a bear between your legs, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? I developed that skill when I was a teenager, man. That's something you never forget. It's like riding a
Like
bicycle.
riding a bike, man.
Yep. Just time your drinks in between gears.
Right.
It was a time not too long ago. Saturday mornings, me and George would drive around these back country roads. Every Saturday, we'd be driving around drinking beers in the daytime.
In the day. With a
Then at
stick.
night with Ivan Bergstrom and his 53 Merc,
Oh my God.
Oh Jesus!
and then and this big old garbage bag full of homegrown weed.
Oh, the hummus.
It was
Yeah, you need a
enormous
bag.
inch diameter joints that we.
So it's more like a lawn clippings than.
Oh yeah, it's like smoking, dead leaves and stuff like that. But hey, it was something.
Yeah.
Did the
Yeah, you
trick
smoke enough of it, you can have a good Saturday night.
Yeah.
with an imperial quart of Narragansett beer. We used to get for like 60 cents
60.
Yeah.
They really raked you
at
up
the
there.
pack. Yeah, 60 cents for an
Ivor,
imperial
he
quart.
got really good at growing it though.
Yeah.
After a while, I remember I used to buy weed from him.
You
That
could
was
always
really
tell
good.
it was local. It had that. I don't know that you could tell. The hummus.
Yeah, after a while, you could tell it was local because it was better than anything else.
It was
You
just
go,
that.
oh, this is I used to have to tell people to be careful. Be careful, that's homegrown. Like, go easy on that.
Careful. Don't go crazy now.
Yep,
There was a man named Nichols,
that's right.
I think, had a family farm up here in Foster. And I remember like watching the news on Channel 10 as they're pulling up his plants. I guess he tried to grow acres.
Yep.
And it was like one of the biggest news stories at the time. And I think
You
he
gotta-
moved to like Tennessee and he grew some really decent weed
He did.
down in Tennessee to bring it
He
back.
did. One time, me and Mark Guglielmo, we were out at Lupo's and we were trying to score weed, right? So he says, "Oh, I know a guy. I see a guy," and he says, "Give me the money." So I give him money. He comes back and he's like, "Oh, he didn't have weed, but he has this crystal meth stuff, right?" He says it's really good. So we go up in the upstairs at Lupo's and we try a little, right?
Oof.
And I'm like, "Oh, fuck this. Nope, I don't want it." And he's like, "Yeah, me neither." So he puts it in his pocket, right? Says, "Fuck this." So we ended up going home and stopping at Lloyd's Diner, right? And Jimmy Nichols was in there. And Mark knew him. So he told him what we had. He's like, "What, you got crystal meth?" He's like, "Yeah." And so he traded it for an ounce of this really good Jimmy Nichols personal stash. And we
Back
made
then,
out
it
on the
was
deal,
a-
let me tell you. He was really happy to have this shit, but it sucked, We were really happy to have his personal stash,
Damn.
Of his personal skunk weed, the skunkiest of skunk weeds.
Yes.
And it was delicious.
OG Kush, baby. He went to Afghanistan and got the seeds himself.
To Afghanistan?
Yep.
He went to Afghanistan? Is that what he told you?
Yeah.
Maybe he did, but I would imagine that would have been something very difficult back in the early 70s.
Maybe.
Now, Russians
Considering there
didn't
was a
attack
war
till
on and whatnot.
the Russians didn't attack till 1980. So like before
Yeah.
that,
Right?
Maybe.
He could have gone in the early 70s.
yeah, that Taliban shit wasn't happening yet.
If it wasn't him, it was somebody. around here who went and got seeds and brought them back, and we started growing ganja. Everybody started growing ganja, and it grew better here.
Did you ever see Rock the Casbah? Bill Murray. It's about going to Afghanistan. He's a fucking band promoter. Yeah, and you find there was a talent, and there's like his big chance to get back. He's smoking weed there and shit. He's smoking that stuff. Yeah,
yeah. There was a local gal that
showed
a lot of talent. Got talent as a singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She sang at a cave, and if she got caught, she'd have been in serious trouble. Yeah. Rock the Casbah. It's good. It's actually good. It's one of those. Bill Murray's Bill Murray, right? You know what I mean?
Bill Murray is Bill Murray.
He's just this, asshole that gets a little better by the end. Groundhog Day arc, that guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a Bill Murray fan, sure.
You ever see what's it? Lost in Translation. You ever see that one?
Oh yeah.
That's fucking great.
I saw Rumblefish the other night. That's this very goofy Francis Ford Coppola movie.
Is that new one?
With Nick Cage and no, it's ancient and from the '80s and it's filmed in black and white. It's got like Mickey Rourke and all this other shit. It's a very silly movie.
Wow.
But Francis Ford Coppola did it. Had this the woman who directed Lost in Translation was Francis Ford Coppola's
his daughter.
Sophia.
Sophia.
And she was there. She played the little girl, little sister to Diane Ladd. That really didn't age well. That movie is very silly. But it was interesting to see people like all these people like they're all kids in this movie. It's pretty interesting.
Okay, just close the cinema. Well, I'll check it out. In the age
I watched the Penguin last night.
Oh yeah, that's new, right?
First episode. Yeah, it's like this reimagining is as all the villains of the DC superhero universe reimagined as like these just like regular people, like regular mob boss.
Instead of the Joker series, now they've got a Penguin.
Yeah, HBO. It looks pretty good. It's very nicely done. Plays just like a local mob guy, and I guess it's his rise to power when they had like terrorists like the Riddler blowing up bridges and stuff like that, and they had like the vigilante Batman is kind of this peripheral character that the law's after and stuff, but the Penguin's only concerned about local mob stuff, and local mob power dynamics and things like that. Pretty interesting.
Did he have like a cigarette holder and everything like Burgess Meredith?
No, he's a guy with a limp. He's got like a deformed leg. He wears like a brace, and he has this peculiar wobbling limp, and he's got scars from just living the mob life and whatnot. And
okay,
he just
so he's not really like a Penguin.
He has mom issues like Tony Soprano does. He goes home and take care of his mom. He was going to kill this teenager for trying to rob his, steal the tires off his car. But he ends up recruiting him as his helper and stuff like that. The kid's like just happy to be alive, and it's pretty interesting so far. Nice. So
does he wear a tuxedo?
No, he just wears mob clothes, like the usual mob uniform.
I like Burgess Meredith's version, man.
Yeah, but that's the most. That's fun. That's the most. But this is kind of like as they're doing all these, like the Joker and whatnot. They're reimagining these people as just, products of a society that there's all these marginal characters, that develop from a society that's too big and uncaring and whatnot. And they have to make their own way, in a survival sense. I like it. It's actually pretty good.
Danny DeVito. What about Danny DeVito's Penguin?
Danny DeVito. Yeah. That was cool.
That was a classic.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he had a cigar. I know he didn't, but maybe he did. Did he have a cigar?
No, he
just
didn't
like
even
Louis.
smoke. Well,
Louis in the sewer. He's got a new job. Louis is even more miserable than ever.
oh, you mean from
Taxi.
to that? Oh, yeah. I thought you
They-
were talking about that other series where everything's something in Philadelphia. Or
That's his
something
new one.
like
That's
that.
pretty good. I've seen a couple of those. I didn't watch
Oh,
them
yeah,
in a
those
long
are
time.
funny.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
he's good.
yeah. There was he had a great line. They said to Louis, he says, "Hey, this is America." He says, "No, out there's America, and here's Louis land."
Yeah.
That's funny.
That was a great cast. I fucking love
Yeah.
that show. That probably
That's
don't
some
hold
good
up
shit.
either. Like nothing, you know what I mean? Star Trek still holds up, damn it.
Damn it, because I'm making it hold up.
Yeah,
It does,
I mean,
actually. Yeah,
I'm buying
it's,
the plywood spaceship. I am. I'm buying it. I'm buying every bit of it. I believe they're in space, not in Los Angeles. On plywood.
Space turbulence. Space
Yeah.
turbulence and yeomans with short mini skirts.
Mini skirted yeomans, yes.
Humans.
Yes.
And green animal women.
Right. Oh, that's a win.
Remember that? There's that
I
one
want to
movie.
blow
Like,
up some of my roof so that the insurance company will pay.
Kirk
So,
starts making out in prison. Remember that? It's like I'm watching this Star Trek movie, and Kirk starts making out in prison, right? And then Bones, like after he's done, Bones goes, "What is it with you?"
That's it with you. Yeah.
Hey man, any
Yeah, that was
any
good.
port in a
Classic.
storm, I guess.
Classic.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. It was a shapeshifter. Later, it turned into Kirk. Kirk's facing
Oh,
Kirk.
yeah. That's
You
right.
got even more turned
So
on.
I can't
I
believe
guess.
I kissed you. He says, "You know that's something you always wanted to do."
Then they really went hard at it. Ugh.
Yep. It's like Becker, Denial of Death. I don't know if you ever read that, right? But it starts hitting notes in your brain. Like you just start going la 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 la. Stop reading now. Yeah, we're messed up.
Yeah, what was that book? There's another book that's deliberately, like, it's written to deliberately fuck with your head.
Yeah?
Lolita. You ever read Lolita?
Joyce did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Its
I went
purpose is to
through
make you feel
a
uncomfortable.
Nabokov phase and read just about everything. It does,
That's
but
the
it's
only
really
thing I
just a
ever read from
parody.
him.
It's really a parody about middle class pretension and whatnot.
Right.
You know, yes, it's got that underlying theme and stuff like that. But
But
that was
part
actually
is, like, it's
it
on
was
purpose
funny.
to make you uncomfortable.
right. How absurd it is to have any kind of relationship, an adult relationship with a child. You know, it's
Right.
so it's cool because part of the story takes place in Providence, Rhode Island, where he gets this job on Blackstone Boulevard at an all-girl high school, private high school, and there's only one school like that. It's Lincoln School, where my uncle worked. And,
That's right.
It's that's kind of interesting. But
In the book, George? No shit.
in the book.
I did
Yes.
not know that. I got Count of
Yeah.
Monte Cristo. That's my classic this year. It's up on
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Here's
nice.
the shit. Yeah, I'm gonna go into that one. Yeah, you get like the classic. Just like on eBay, you just type in Penguin, or Signet, and then they're just like $4, $3. It's just like I got one. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It was a girl in high school, and it's got all like white like notes, and all that great shit. I actually like getting shit like that, right?
Huh.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's just like right to the end. She got an A, I'm sure, whoever she was. But it's, yeah, it's
That's
great.
cool. I always liked your saying. I always say that to people. The Dave Stenberg saying. If it's got a penguin on the cover, read it.
Yeah,
Penguin Classics.
can't go wrong. Can't. It's around. It's been around this long for a while, man.
That's right.
It's a classic for a reason.
Yep, it is. There's a reason. They're still printing this fucking thing. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, that was the one right now. But yeah, okay, Lolita. Yeah, that's all right. It's on the
Yeah.
list.
Oh, it's worth the.
Damn it.
And he was still around when Stanley Kubrick made the movie, so they jammed on the screenplay.
Oh yeah.
So the screenplay to the movie is is
James
definitely
Mason.
stuff because yeah.
James Mason is a strange egg, man. It's like
Who plays the creep?
James
Peter
Mason,
Sellers, man. James Mason plays Humbert, and Peter Sellers plays what the hell's his name? The other guy, the other creep.
I only saw it
Very
once.
funny, very very funny. Peter Sellers is one of the greatest.
Oh yeah. Do you got a
I've never
license for
seen the
that,
movie. I'd like to
Minky?
see it.
What?
Do you have a license for that, Minky?
Yeah. He's a funny fucking guy. He's hilarious.
I'm here to fix
Like
the thing.
Doctor Strangelove was like almost unfilmable because the crew and
Oh,
Kubrick
yeah,
had
the
to
hand.
stop
Holy
and
shit.
laugh their asses off, every time Peter Sellers would ad-lib his scenes and stuff like this.
Oh yeah, Strangelove is great.
So we ended up just setting up the camera and just having Peter Sellers just ad-lib the whole scene and whatnot.
That was quite a cast too.
yeah,
That movie.
Yeah.
George
He was
Scott's
supposed
great.
to play. He was supposed to play. What is that?
The pilot.
The pilot Kong. Yeah, but I guess he hurt his leg when he was in so they had to get Slim Pickens to.
Slim
play,
Pickens was great.
Yeah, he did fine.
Yeah, but
He was great in that
he
role.
would
Peter Sellers
he would
would
have played
been,
that role as well.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, yeah. It's how it turned out.
yeah, it's good. It's still watchable. I mean,
Fuck
it's
yeah,
still
man.
you see
That
it
holds
now.
up.
It's really
That movie holds up.
yeah, it really does.
How many roles does he do?
What in Doctor Strangelove?
Yeah.
He just does the two, I think.
Does
Group
the president?
Captain-
He
The
does
president,
the British liaison officer.
Yeah, right. Yep.
And-
exactly, yep.
um,
And Doctor
and
Strangelove,
Dr. Strangelove.
who was
Holy fuck.
who was actually sort of a composition of characters, including Werner von Braun. He kind of represent all
Yeah, he was
all
a
those
Nazi.
Project Paperclip Nazi scientists that
Yeah,
they
yeah.
end up grabbing up after the war and
Yeah,
kind
the
of promoted
fucking head.
everything from our space program to the newly forming CIA and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Remember when his evil hand had the wheel? Like he's looking around for it, and then his evil
Oh,
hand comes
as-
in, he
yeah,
had
as-
it, like that
yeah.
that wheel.
It
was like-
was what do they call those things? The calculate before
Calculators.
calculators they had
Yeah,
slide rule. It was a
Slide
type
rule.
of a slide rule that he had. Yeah.
Yeah. The evil hand had it, and it kept going
Yes.
up in a Nazi salute and shit. Oh, fucking beautiful.
Yeah. That was awesome. It was an unforgettable character.
Well, if you just got to bury bombs, there's no limit to the size you can make them. But the meaning is lost if you keep it a secret. Why didn't you tell the world, eh? The meaning is lost
Wonderful.
if you keep it a secret.
Why did you keep it a secret?
Why didn't you tell the world, eh? Yeah, I've seen that movie way too many times. I heard that Elvis used to rent out a fucking theater and watch it like at least once a week. He'd like
Really?
to fucking,
Really? Yeah.
Dr. Strangelove, yeah. That was his. He could afford it.
Well, that makes me think differently of Elvis.
Yeah.
James Earl Jones was in that movie as
Yeah.
well.
Yep. You think this might be a mistake, sir? No. It's not a drill.
Boy, a fellow
really
can
would like
have
it
a
to be a
really
drill,
good
sir.
weekend in Vegas with this. Going through the survival kit.
Yeah. 2 lipstick.
Amphetamines, prophylactics,
miniature,
45 cal ball.
miniature Russian phrase book and Bible.
Uh,
The good old days of the Cold War.
Well, it ain't over. Till we figure out how to make the
Kind
fucking
of,
things.
you know, culturally it kind of is though. Like people, like our kids don't really know what it was like to be in the Cold War.
I got new shit. Their fucking handhelds are gonna explode in their hand instead. That's much better. It's all bullshit. Now it's that, right? Like I said, here we are. Now these things blow up. Awesome. But the battery
yes.
don't. Maybe there's a way to hack it. I'm sure people are working on it like a motherfucker right now. Now that it's out of the bottle.
Oh,
Usually,
yeah.
like Stuxnet, like that thing, targeted systems. That's the thing now. But people got hurt. Yeah, it just causes equipment to fail. And usually it's workers around this shit that get hurt. You know.
And it's always they you know, like 4 or 5 years ago they admitted to the unicorn program that could turn on any cell phone at any time, whether it's on or off.
Oh yeah,
listen
yeah.
and take pictures
of
on any cell phone at any time of day throughout the world. They can listen to what you're doing, watch what you're doing, without your.
And then they can zap you if they don't like what you're doing or saying. They can just zap your phone.
Zap.
Wait, while it's next to your.
Uh,
They're listening to you right now, and all of a sudden, boom.
But those little miniature drones with facial recognition software and the explosive is pretty scary enough. That TED Talk guy was showing that they have put together with off-the-shelf technology. That they're sure that if they can do it with off-the-shelf technology, they're sure that the
the Army has
intelligence
one.
agencies and militaries have these things. Yeah, I mean, so it's pretty interesting. And I was looking at some other ones that the Russians had these really great things that have like rocket launchers on them and stuff, and like the Ukrainians were able to capture a whole warehouse full of these ones with rocket launchers on them that the Russians had. Pretty interesting. So I don't know, man. It's all about the Ukrainian war, Sean. It's all about the drones now. The drones. They show this one drone. There was like this whole entrenched. These Russians were entrenched in this in this tree line overlooking this field, and they just sent this drone over, and it went right up the line, dropping a thermite over all these Russians. And they were like entrenched in this tree line at the edge of this field, and it was just like devastating. It was just like without warning, this thing just buzzed overhead and just firebombed a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, fucking nightmare shit.
Yeah, right. And I told you about that one where there's this one lone Russian soldier jerking off in a trench, and they dropped a drone came over, took a picture of him, then dropped a grenade on him. Yeah, like no warning whatsoever. But yeah, that's all about the drones now.
Yeah. Fucking A, man.
Yeah.
Just glad
and the drone strikes in Moscow, the Ukrainians just fly drones into Moscow and take out, offices, weapons depots, whatever.
More ruined apartment buildings. Yay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like I said, Frankenstein and Baghdad. That's what they were about. It was just like bombs. They were worried about bombs. It was on their mind a lot. There's this one line in there that's really good. They were trying to explain. They thought the monster was on a bridge.
Frankenstein in Baghdad. That's an awesome title. Where was that? Is that what you said? Frankenstein in Baghdad.
Yeah, it's a book I read. I just finished reading it. It's really great.
Wow, it's an interesting title.
It's Well, anyway, one part of it, it's the guy who wrote it's like our age, so but he grew up in Baghdad, right? So he's been through all that. And there's one part where there's a panic on a bridge, and they blame the monster, or they think it's a monster, right? But it's like Ellis says, it's fear. It's like Al Qaeda everybody fears Al Qaeda, so they arm, and now Al Qaeda is afraid of everybody else, so they're armed, and everybody's afraid of fucking dying. So like, fear is just like feeding on itself. Like, you know, it was like this. It's like it's weird. When I read it, I said it's translated from Arabic. So I said, this paragraph was probably wicked deep in Arabic, right, in his language, right. This is just a translation. It got it right, but it was like you could just tell that this is like there. It was like people. This was highlighted, you know, by the schoolgirl who got the A. Yeah, it's a pretty great book. He gets getting into it. You know what? That's one you can have, George. Next time you come by with eggs, I'll give
Sure.
you. I'll give you that, and then you give them like it's fucking awesome.
Oh, that's worth the eggs right there.
It's worth the egg, man.
Yeah.
We'll read for eggs. What the hell? No mind.
We'll trade books for eggs. Yes, that's what it's come to.
That's the barter system in action.
Pets or meat.
Bartering. Yeah, actually bartering technically, believe it or not,
Yep.
the government wants you to pay taxes on bartering too.
Yeah, imagine
For
they do.
what the deal was worth.
That pisses them off.
We're already taxed to death. It's insane how many taxes we pay. And
It's
it's just more and more, and every year it's more and more and more.
Just throw an egg
Now
out.
they want you to pay taxes on the valuation of your home without even selling it. What's another
You're already
proposal?
paying that.
Oof, never own it.
You've been paying that all along.
Yeah, well, you pay for the thing is the valuation of your house without even selling it, because your house is worth more. You have to pay.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, your
25%.
property taxes go up all the time.
But
because of that.
this is in addition to your property tax.
Yeah.
But they can't.
It's
That's
the-
double indemnity or whatever.
Well,
They can't
it
tax you
doesn't
twice
matter.
on
They
that.
changed the law so that it doesn't double.
Well,
That it doesn't apply.
Who's asking for
They're
double taxes now? The state
They-
or
The Congress is thinking about this. They proposed this new tax. It hasn't passed yet. That you're going to be taxed on the perceived value of your home. So if this year your house is worth,
A million.
and if it's grown up, yeah, I mean if it's or like say it's increased by $100,000, you're going to pay $250,000 in tax because of the perceived value of your home.
Your
Whether
house
you
is
sell it or not.
they ain't going
And
nowhere.
then next year if it goes down, yeah, but that's another,
That one's
so
dead
they'll
on
get it
arrival.
eventually. Yes, but it's still there. That's still there. They're still thinking of these things. They're
Oh,
going to
they're
tax
always
the
thinking of
fuck out of
things.
us. They're always tax.
They've always got a new plan. There's always a new way to screw you.
Ah, I mean, we're the ones who pay the bulk of the taxes. I mean, if you took
course.
all the millionaires' value and distributed amongst the government and stuff like this, it would be like a small drop in the bucket compared to the vast majority of working people in this country are the ones who pay the bulk of the taxes, and they're
Yes,
the
that's
ones
right.
that get taxed to death. That all these little incremental taxes, new taxes like this one that they were proposing. I forget what they call it. But
Property
Yes.
tax.
The
Federal
shaft.
property tax.
in addition, yeah,
The shaft
something
tax.
you already paid for, you have to pay taxes on every year. It's something.
Already paying taxes on it. Fuck off.
Yeah, I already paid tax on it, but fuck you. It's like pay it
Smiling
more,
too
you
much.
know?
Smiling tax.
Pay it every year.
If you don't pay it, they're gonna blow up your phone.
That's right. Or set your lithium batteries on fire and burn it to the ground.
Yeah, just burn your leg.
They're gonna
Yeah.
know. They're gonna set your desktop computer on fire in the middle of the night and burn your house down.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to pay us
Right.
taxes, hey?
Yeah.
That's right.
So it looks that.
Oh, insurance companies, well, you made the government mad, so we're not liable to
Yep.
cover
Yeah.
your damages here.
SOL,
so,
pal.
We're running away.
that's right.
Good luck. Or not. We don't care.
Yeah. We don't care. Just pay the tax and shut up.
Not even a wet kiss goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, good luck getting your roof, man.
I don't know. Kind of like I got to figure something out.
I had to put mine
Probably,
on, and you know how I love heights. Ugh.
you know. I know. I didn't
Well,
want to go up there,
Not
but I'm
now.
gonna have
Don't
to
go
go
up
up
there.
there
Don't
and
you
do
dare.
some
Get out of
patching.
fucking
I
lava.
gotta go up and patch around the chimney again. Give it another coat of Lexonite, bare
Yeah,
turb Lexonite.
don't do it, Judge.
Well, I do
Send
it
the
every
drone up
year.
there.
Gotta do it.
I've done
Ah, it's
I've done
gonna.
roofing. I know how to do it. If you
Uh,
want to just buy the shingles and get a nail gun or a couple of nail guns.
rent.
Are you too old to do fucking roofing, man?
Yeah,
That's a young man's thing, man. It's like I'm too old to do it, man. It's just fucking nuts to think I couldn't, I'd be falling. I don't know. Just
yeah, you're right. I'm running into that a lot lately, George. I'm
Yeah.
running into you're too old to do that.
I ran into it, and
Yeah.
I've accepted it. I'm just it.
It's
the way it
hard
is.
to accept when you've lived like using your body as much as you can, like, and then it starts to have limitations. It's hard to accept.
Jesus, a simple job like changing oil on my truck that I did the other day. It fucking kicked my ass crawling under there and changing the oil, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, like I'm crawling around on the ground. I got dirt coming up the back of my shirt, shit, oil dripping all over my hand.
I was
Wow.
supposed to be heading to
Oh,
Canada
man.
next week. I had a plan to head to Canada next week, but my back is not healthy enough yet after injuring it this summer for me to do this trip.
But you're gonna go up to Maine this.
Yeah, for a short trip, not for I was going to go for 2 weeks up to Algonquin Park. And now I'm going to go to Maine for a couple of days.
All right.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm
did-
going with people because
Yeah, good.
I don't want to be like stuck, several portages away from my truck, and
Oh yeah.
I was going to go alone,
No.
but I can go to Maine with people.
Yeah, do that. Do that, man. I did mine. My first time back was George Washington. Paddled around that to see if I could just sit in a canoe that long. I wouldn't get. You could have bought easy, unless I made it all the way to 101. But
Well, I've been in my canoe. I've been paddling, so I'm all set with that. It's just the moving it and moving all my gear. That's how I hurt my back, was moving my canoe into the water at this one landing that I was at, a campsite, and then then I hurt my back moving my canoe, and I still had to get my bag. So I got my bag and hurt my back again getting the bag.
yeah, I don't do that shit no more. It's over. I
Yeah,
have
well, it's not over
I have a
for me
hard
yet.
time climbing hills now. I got
It's
a
still
hill
not
right
over
here.
for me, Dave.
It's
I'm not going to
pretty
allow it
relentless.
to be over yet. Not doing it. Not giving up yet.
Man, it's still
Not giving in
climbing.
yet.
It just kicks my ass. By the time I get to my mailbox, I'm fucking wiped.
Really?
Yeah. My circulation and shit. That's pot. That's like the muscles start starving for oxygen because I'm not giving it enough because of that shit.
Yeah. That sucks.
I can still do it. I can get into my car. I can I can call a guy to do my oil change. I'm fine. I'm good. I can drum. You can play
Well,
guitar.
that's the
You can
thing.
play guitar again, right, Mike?
Yeah,
So
pretty
that's
much.
cool. That's
for the
good.
most part. Still a little bit weird here.
But I'm just happy about the shit I can still do. I feel fine. I feel fine.
Yeah.
So, fine. That's good.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I feel fine
So
right now.
good. So that's good.
I feel fine right now.
I'm good for fucking 63. That's old, man. I remember that shit. Like, this is not a good fucking 60s. We're in better shape than those guys. Those guys looked our age when they were in their 40s. right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those guys, they did. My grandfather looked like he was fucking 90. His old farmer. Not
Yeah.
me, though.
I only look like I'm 80.
Yeah. See you, man.
All right, boys.
Okay,
It's been
George,
fun.
man.
Till next time. Peace out.